Find the volume of a frustum of a cone. So we've known that the volume of a cone, the volume is always 1/3 base area. Base area, and the base area is pi r squared times height, perpendicular height. So since we have this is a frustum, so before we can find the volume, we need to complete the cone. So I'll complete the cone. That's the complete cone. So next thing is to add the height of the small cone. So that's it. So, but for us to find, remember we asked to find this part, the volume of this. So meaning that we need to get the volume of this big one, subtract the volume of the small one from the big one. So I'm saying that therefore the volume is now 1/3 pi r squared. Why? Because that's the radius of the big cone, big H, which is H plus that's the height of the bigger cone, minus 1/3 pi r squared H. So that's so we'll continue. Remember, this is the volume, but we need to get an expression. We need to, because we are the one that added this small h. So which implies that from similar triangle, we see that let's call this A, B, C, D. So you see that triangle ABD is similar to that of triangle, the bigger triangle, that's AC. Okay, let's level here ABCDE, that's E. Therefore, the height of the big one, which is H plus D, over the height of the small one, because they are similar, so the corresponding sides are proportional. So this big height corresponds to this small height, equal to the big radius, that's over r. So while solving, h over h is 1. Let me just partition this into. So h over h is 1 plus d over h equals r over small r. So remember, our main aim is to make the small h the subject of the formula. So d over h is now r over r minus 1. Yes, the one moves to the other side, to the right, so which is r minus r, that's big R minus r over small r, therefore making h the subject of formula. So h crosses this one, so we have rd over r minus r. So this is the height of the small cone. So remember this. So that's the height of or you might be asked to find the height of the small cone. So getting to the height of the bigger cone now, which is h plus d. Therefore, h plus d is now rd over r minus r plus d. So the LCM is r minus r, which is rd plus d times r minus r. Open up the bracket. So we have h plus d is now d times r is dr. Why d times that is minus, so this subtracts this, so we are left with the big rd over r minus r. So this is the height of the big of the big cone. So in case if you're asked to find the height of the big cone, we use this formula. So we now replace h plus d with this, y small h with this. Therefore, the volume we are looking for is now, I'll factor that they have 1 over 3 pi, 1 over 3 pi. So I bring out 1 over 3 pi. So remaining r squared times this, which is rd over r minus r minus r squared times rd over r minus r. So which is 1 over 3. If you notice, there is d over that. There also d over r minus. So we bring out d over r minus r. So we are left with r cube minus r cube. Okay, of 2 cube, because this difference of cube, we know that r cube minus small r cube is r minus r times r squared plus r plus r squared. That's from difference of 2 cube. So we now replace this with this, and you notice they have r minus r, so it's gone. So we are left with the volume is now 1 over 3 pi d times r squared plus r plus r squared. So again, we can still go further because we have addition of 2 squares here. We know that r squared plus r squared is also r minus r squared minus 2rr. So I can substitute this with this. So that's r squared plus this is now this. Okay, this will be plus. So substituting this with this, we have that the volume is now 1 over 3 pi d r minus r all squared plus 3 . So we are given this diagram and we're asked to find the volume of the figure. The volume won't take us more than 2 minutes. I told you that the volume is always 1 over 3 pi d r minus r squared plus 3rr, where this d, 12 is the big R, radius of the big cone is that, while small r is 3. So without wasting time, this is just 1 over 3 pi d is what? 12. Y 6 minus 3 all squared plus 3 times 6 times 3. This is now 4 pi. Y the 6 minus 3 is 3. So we have 3 squared, 3 squared. Do you get 3 squared, 3 squared? So we'll factor it. We are left with 1 here plus 6. Do you get what I did? I factored this is minus 3 is 3 squared. Also this one has 3 squared. So we'll factor it, remaining 1 and 6. So which is 4 pi 9 times 7. And we know that pi is 22 over 7, so we can write it as 4 times 22 times 9, because 22 over pi is 22 over 7, so the 7 cancels that. So we have 4 times that's 6 times 22, which is 12 carry 1, 6 plus 12, 18. 18 plus 1, 19, 9 carry 1, 7. So that's the answer.